Hello everyone. In continuation of topics of accounting for managers, I'm taking the topic budget. Budget is what? Budget is the part of the management accounting, and this topic comes under the management accounting. Budget is what? Budget is the estimation of the future expense. When we estimate the future expense, that is known as the budget. And budget is prepared by the company every time when they will have the order of the of a particular product. When they have to manufacture the certain product, they need to prepare the budget. Objectives of preparing: why the company is preparing the budget? To implement whatever they are going to implement, they may need to plan it before. So it is a part of the planning. Budget is the part of planning, where you are deciding the future expenses. It provides control over the activities. It provides a sound communication system where you have decided all the expenses and you will communicate to the in charge of that. You will communicate to the management, you will communicate to the authorities who are in charge of that, whatever the expenses are going to be held in future. To coordinate the various functions means whenever you are running number of business simultaneously, or you are producing continuously, or you are doing a lot of activities simultaneously, so it is very difficult to keep the record and to watch only a certain activity. For that very purpose, you have to handle the finance properly. So you need to plan for every area of your finance, whatever the activities you have to do, whatever the expenses you have to do, you have to plan it before. You have to plan it before the actual implementation. So budget is the estimation of the future expense, where you have to decide whatever the expenses are going to be held, the amount of that. So budget is the part of first keyword of this. Budget is the part of financial activities. Budget is the part of planning. Budget is the part of management accounting. Budget is prepared for controlling over the expense. Budgetary control. Budget is what? Estimation of future expense. Budgeting is what? Process of preparing the budget. And budgetary control, when you have incurred the expenses, when you have planned the expenses, that comes into budget. When you will compare the actual performance with the planned budget, that is known as budgetary control. And the purpose of that is to control over the expense, and taking the corrective actions in the future, taking the remedial measures and revision of the budget for the future. And budget is important. Budgetary control is very important for the organization. As I told you, when you will plan anything that is related to the finance, where you have to expense, you have to need it, plan it carefully. So in budget, you will estimate all the expenses, and when you will compare with the actual expense with the planned expense with the planned expenses, then the budgetary control term comes in that, and you are comparing actual performance with the planned performance, are identifying the variations in that, identifying the difference in that, and taking the corrective actions for the as per that variance. Types. Now I'll discuss the types of the budget, key points of that. Remember, the first, you have to remember the concept of the budget. What is budget? Budgeting and the budgetary control. Now the types of the budget: sales budget, purchase budget, production budget, cost budget, material labor budget, factory overheads. These are the some types of the budget, in which the flexible budget is very important, and the cash budget also. But the flexible budget is what? But in that, you have to, all the expenses are not fixed in the organization, so you have to see which kind of expenses are flexible, which how much percentage of that percentage of that budget is fixed, and how much is flexible. In the next slide, I'll explain, or the one question of the flexible budget also. That's all from my side. Thank you so much.